Alright, welcome everybody back to Star Trek Online. This time we are going to face off the True Way, the Cardassians, and find out why they are so close to Federation space when they shouldn't be here. We are also upgraded some skills, changed my character's bridge officers a bit, so they got different skills. Equipped new stuff on my ship, just new weapons, just cheap ones. Yes, let's go fight some Cardassians. Remember how I said this ship would be faster? Apparently it's not. But yeah, so basically I just got my ship some new cannons and a turret, so it's more suited to an escort that's going to be constantly facing forward, because cannons have got a smaller targeting up where they do a lot more damage. So almost there. Which one of these is Donor 2? There we go. Enter Donor 2. Alright. So there's True Way, which are the Cardassians and the Jem'Hadar, and then there are Klingons here, as well as Federation. So this is going to be quite a big battle for a first set of missions. So it should be good fun once the not responding thing goes away. I don't know why the game does that. I really don't, but oh well. I've walked in where the Klingons are. Uh-oh. That's not good. Whew. Good job I upgraded my weapons. Jesus. Hey, let's go over there towards the command ship. Let's kill the Gallo class, because that one we actually have to just disable the accent, so we'll get rid of the other ships first. If you're wondering what that text box said at the start of the game, this mission, it said basically Klingons in true way, kill them all, disable this one, find out what's been going on, or why they're here. There we go. Let me just options, audio, turn it down a bit. Oops. The Cardassian flagship, the Axion, has been disabled, sir. Her warp core is stable for now. I recommend we get a closer look. Away team says standing by. Okay, let's go. Let's take voice. Cardassian security teams are already starting to move in on our position. We should expect heavy resistance. Okie doke. I really wish you could play as Cardassian. Ugh. Have I got any better weapons? No. But what we will do is change you for voice, so we don't have to keep swapping every time. Ah. That should take care of all the security measures between us and the bridge. I don't expect the Cardassians to give up that easily, though. They will probably send more security teams to intercept us. Okie doke. Alright. Klingon Raktajino. Oh yes, I also transferred some money over from my other characters. I know it doesn't seem like I know it seems like quite a bit if you've never played this game, but it's not a lot, so it doesn't matter. It's just something to keep me able to buy things, really. Did you see it? What were those things? Sir, the Cardassian doesn't seem to have any wounds on him, but my readings show he was dead before we entered this room. I recommend that we find a medkit and perform an examination of the corpse. We need to know more about what happened to him. If he was attacked by those creatures, we need to be cautious. Any contact may be lethal. Anyone who's a fan of Next Generation, you'll remember these guys. Blue invisible people. Alright, so in this room you're supposed to go to every single panel and use every single tool to find out what's wrong. But because I've done this many times, you come here, you read this, you get a Neuralite probe, and that is the one you need. So you come down here, use medkit, Neuralite probe, use Neuralite probe, and that's it. And this all should give us a better insight into the cause of death for the Cardassian in the mess hall. But you don't need to, you can just come here, investigate this dead Cardassian. It has determined that this individual has died from a radical decrease in neuroenergy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop as energy was depleted. There is a great deal of interference being picked up by the tricorder, most likely the result of an energy residue from whatever was used to do this to the Cardassian. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There is a science lab across the hall from the med bay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. So yeah, you don't actually have to go back to the med hall. Med hall? Mess hall. Conduct energy scan, and the one you want is triolic waves. Process called selective molecular polarization, which subspace modified at fundamental level to convert matter to energy. Large concentration of triolic waves centered around the ship's bridge, Captain. Triolic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in that area for long, and Cardassians would be subject to the deleterious effects as well. They would not knowingly use triolic energy. I suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the triolic waves probably is responsible, rather, for the deaths of the Cardassians in the mess hall. So, if you didn't know already, these are Davidians from when Data went back in time and got his head blown off. The invisible blue people, where he met Guinan back in the Old West, and I say Old West. It's like Western time. So yeah, these are Davidians. We're going to be fighting them for a few missions now. If you want to get out of that hold quickly, just use what are you called? Hypo spray, that's the one. Right. Access the bridge console, so we're up here. There's no mistaking them now, Captain. Those were Davidians. What's curious though is the Davidians are out of phase with us normally. We can't see them without a subspace force field, tuned with an extremely sensitive phase discriminator. We didn't have that. So how are they appearing in our reality? I recommend checking the Axon's crew logs entries. Maybe they were doing something that made it easier for the Davidians to exist here. So we access the files, and we want Science Officer. Science Officer's log, stardate, blah blah blah. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the Drifton's comet. And the comet itself has not been the focus of much scientific inquiry, and it last passed through this sector in the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as a detectable amount of chronoton particles. Triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission for my curiosity. I request the launch of a Class 1 probe. The chronotons are even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been or will be in the presence of a temporal event. Time mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data, but the captain has never had much interest in the science. Perhaps I will remind him that the chronoson particles are harmful against aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole, a potential weapon to use against the Bajoran's gods. Maybe enough of interest for him to divert our course. We should return to the Hawk. I'm sure Starfleet Command would want to know that the Davidians are in the neutral zone. These battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Lovely. Are you sure that you found no sign of Cardassian's attempt at opening a portal, otherwise bringing the Davidians into our phase variants? This is troublesome. There are pieces to the puzzle I don't have yet. Let me do some digging and I'll be in touch. Okay, so we want... let's get that. So it's actually quite useful.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
And let's get... spin the wheel. I need your assistance with a rather delicate situation. We have an intelligence operative undercover at Drazona Station. Her astute observations have given us the edge to several critical engagements in the neutral zone. 22 hours ago, the operative activated an emergency subspace beacon. Zamara would only contact me if she was about to be discovered by an enemy, or her life was in danger. I am understandably concerned. I need you to go to Drazona, find Zamira, and assist her. Take her to safety if you have to, but don't blow her cover. If you go there in their weapons blazing, you may get her killed. I've accessed to your logs. It's been quite some time since you had some shore leave. I suggest you visit the Drazona for some downtime. Okay. Right, let's accept that. Let's refine the lithium, and we want that on there. Which level's my shield? 3. Alright, let's give one of them a level 3 shield as well then. And let's give Koles level 3 armor. Let's give her some armor. Okay, so Drazona, which isn't too far, thankfully. And we got a new skill point, so let's go with defensive maneuvering. Spin the wheel. Welcome to Drazona, USS Hawk. You are cleared for docking. We have everything you'll need for shore leave. And a few things you didn't even know you wanted. Shopping and drinking, dining, entertainment. You'll find it all here. And don't forget the 77th rule of acquisition. If you break it, I'll charge you for it. Okie dokie. Not sure where to start, but intelligence shows that Balan is the Ferengi to talk to if you're looking for information. He's a bartender, so we should look for him at the lounge area. Okie doke. Balan. Question, Balan. Welcome to Drazona Station, the home of the finest libations and pleasures this side of bricks. Care to hear about today's specials? I'm looking for someone. Aren't we all? Me, I want a leggy Vulcan with a liberal attitude towards interspecies relations. So, are you looking for someone in particular, or just some company? Her name is Zamira. Do you know her? Oh yeah, I know Zamira. Maybe she's been here recently. Maybe she hasn't. My memory's kind of hazy. Ferengi. Perhaps we could come sort of agreement. Yeah, I'm sure we can. In fact, I feel my memory clearing up already. I tell you what, I know you Starfleet types aren't big on Latinum, but what you do have are skills and willingness to get your hands dirty. That's what I need right now. Our replicators are on the fritz. Maybe it's the whole power system, because the lights are going wonky too. But a little blue mood lighting isn't a big problem for me as unfilled drink orders. Go to the cargo bay and get my replicators working. By the time you're done, I'm sure I'll have remembered where I last saw Zamira. Fine. It's not like she's over there. See, Starfleet representative. Zamira, there we go. Okay, replicators. They are through here. Replicators. Okay, I'm just gonna skip through this as fast as I can because you don't need to read this. Hale engineering team, continue. It's just a puzzle game. But I've done it quite a few times, so it should be alright. Third. Fourth. I don't remember if it's this one or that one, so I'm gonna go with this one. Hey. And reroute. There we go. That's all you gotta do. It's just a case of finding out which pattern. Report to Balan. They are. I'm currently exceedingly pleased. Oh, and I am exceedingly pleased by your generous offer to repair them for no compensation. I can't let you go away empty-handed, though. How about I give you a 15% discount on drinks and souvenirs from the amount of time to be determined by the management? We had a deal. The replicators for information about Zamira. Fine. A deal's a deal, right? Never let it be said that I'll cheat a valued customer like yourself. Personally, I don't know why you're so interested in her. She's a looker, but just try and talk to her. She's more paranoid than a Obsidian Order agent in a room full of Tal Shiar. Zamira usually hangs out near the Dabo tables. Keep an eye out for a looker wearing purple. You can't miss her. Nope. She is right there. Be careful. They're watching. There's the blue lighting, and there's some Davidians. What can I do to help? Find out who's watching me. I'm not safe here. The Klingons are looking for me. They know someone has been feeding intelligence to Starfleet. The ghosts are always watching. Their eyes are hungry. Yesterday they surrounded a drunken Klingon. Now he's dead. They will find me when the blue light shines, and then they'll disappear. I know what the ghosts are. How could you know that? You may think you know. You may even have readings in your tricorder that think you're right. Well, but you don't know. How could you know? I'm here every day. They watch me and I watch them. Take place somewhere safe. No, they're everywhere. They're watching. You have not been here too long. You've been here too long. Someone will notice that we're together. Go do something else. Play Dabo. I'll contact you when I'm ready. Alrighty. And Dabo.
Spin the wheel and win.
Play Dabo. Yep, those are my slots. Let's play some Dabo. This is actually a strangely addictive minigame.
Davo!
Was that a... Close enough. I couldn't wait for you to get lucky. We'll be here all night. Mira wants me to give you a message. She wants you to know that if you're interested in finding out what's really going on here at Drazona Station, you need to check out the lower levels. I have access codes for you that will get you past the security doors. If you want to talk to her again, I suggest you collect your winnings and catch up before she leaves. Alright. Be careful, they're watching. Are you ready to talk now? You don't need to worry about me. I'm going to leave this place to the ghosts. They seem to belong here more than we do. I booked passage on a ship. You don't need to know which one. Just tell Drake that he'll keep getting his intel one way or another. Good luck, Alaire. You're going to need it. Okay. Captain, there are word Davidians in the donative system. Now you've found evidence of them again on Drazona Station. Obviously they're using the neutral zone as some sort of feeding ground, and it puts dozens of worlds at risk. I requested sensor data from the ships closest to the comet current location for analysis, but that is only half our problem. If the properties of the comet are somehow easing the Davidians' entry into this area of space, how do we stop them? Recommendations? The closest research facility is on Deep Space K7. I recommend we consult the team there. Alright. Let's go K7. No, I don't want to dock. So let's warp out. Set course. What do we get next level? Fire on my mark, that's useful. Now you might recognize this from the original series, K7. One of the coolest looking space stations, I think, just because it's very retro. Welcome to Deep Space K7. Would you like to dock? Yes, I would. Consult with Lieutenant Calapo. How can I help you? There are Davidians in the neutral zone, so that explains why Drake was so interested in the prototype. It was a complete failure as detecting polarization cloaks, but if I added a phase modulator and reversed the polarity, these modifications should be no problem. When I'm done with beam, quite pack a punch against these phase shifted Davidians. I'll forward the weapon on to Drake as soon as I'm done. Be careful, these Davidians won't stop. I'm afraid we'll have to fight. Okay. Captain, we've done what we can for Zamira. We have the information we needed about the Davidians, and Lieutenant Calapo is working on a weapon we can use to fight them. I suggest we report back to Drake and see what he has to say. He's never very forthcoming with information, but the more we know about him and his operations, the more we'll learn about stuff. That's about Section 31. Are you ready to leave the system? Yep. Let's go. Not now. Okay guys, I'm going to leave that there. So let's just hail him. Good work. Zamira may think she has slipped my noose, but I have ways of keeping tabs on her. I take special care to know about all people in whom I have an interest, but you already know that, don't you, Alaire? The ghosts that Zamira mentioned concern me, however. You've encountered Davidians once, it's likely they are on to join the station as well. I won't let them use Federation citizens as food. Lieutenant Calpo has completed work on the Synchronic Distortion prototype rifle. It should help you when you're ready to enter the lower levels of Drazona. Drake out. I could take it, but I'm just going to take a warp core.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
But yeah, I'm going to leave that one there. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you when I stream again in the next episode. So, thanks for watching.